It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Oh, let's review.
We'll analyze the scene.
Sounds holly jolly to me.
Before it's over, let's begin.
Bum.
Bum.
That's right, folks. Since the Christmas season is upon us, we thought the way to celebrate and get into the holiday spirit would be with some holiday reviews.
6 to be exact, selected and arranged for your Yuletide pleasure.
So silver up those bells, light the multicolored lights, and go out and build a snowman as we engage in some seasonal yeah! Oh god. Alright, and tonight we are talking How to Train Your Dragon Homecoming. Not Spider-Man Homecoming, How to Train Your Dragon Homecoming. Dragon, look, it fits the title very well. Arguably it fits the title better than Homecoming fits Homecoming, but when I think Homecoming, I think Spider-Man. I'm sorry. But overall, Dragon, I gotta say, How to Train Your Dragon just continues to impress in it's one of those things where it's like we thought that we saw like how could you improve upon the ending of How to Train Your Dragon 3, man? How could you do it, Dragon?
Well, I can tell you how with a little Christmas time is here.
So just they turn Toothless into Santa Claus. I'm sorry, I'm kind of geeking out about that just a little bit.
And they gave us the Charlie Brown pageant we never saw.
So yeah, folks, suffice to say, Dragon and I, we're pretty big fans of the trilogy. I would say, safe to say, Dragon, outside the Toy Story, probably the single most consistent series of animated films ever.
I'd say that's fair, yeah.
Keep in mind, Dragon, you know what I saw on Netflix that I'm going to have to check out to fill in one of my big blank spots?
What?
Kung Fu Panda 2.
Oh.
So that should be on my catch-up. Yeah.
That's the only thing that could possibly rival. Here's the thing, though. How to Train Your Dragon, I think ultimately maybe a little more solid than Kung Fu Panda. But again, Kung Fu is the only one that could rival that. Honestly.
But here's what's so amazing about How to Train Your Dragon. I feel like it really kind of solidifies itself with this, is that, yeah, this is just a 20-minute short, and it's very much aimed at kids, for sure. It's got that vibe to it. But Dragon, I love how we've passed the torch. I love how, and that's exactly what this whole special is about in a lot of ways, where it's like Hiccup is now the storyteller, and Hiccup is now like the stoic of it all. And we see that, of course, we saw that kind of like finalized to an extent in the final film of How to Train Your Dragon 3. But this is just like, it's great to see just a whole movie, or a whole special, I should say, of Hiccup in dad mode and with the beard and everything and being like kind of like the tribe leader. And Dragon, it's just the amount of detail and world building and character building that this franchise has going for it is just astounding to me. It's absolutely one of the best pieces of world building in any medium, and DreamWorks should be totally proud of like the world they've crafted here with this set of movies.
That they should. So again, the other really kind of heady thing about this is we've already gotten a How to Train Your Dragon kind of holiday special.
Yes, we have.
We had the gift of the Night Fury, which was also it's really pleasant. I like that one. Rewatched it for the holidays already, and also in preparation for this. And again, like the other thing I mentioned with How to Train Your Dragon 2 is, again, if you like this, Tiki, and I've told you about this before, we kind of Netflix, again, they continued the How to Train Your Dragon animated series, and again, this based the whole franchise until recent stuff has been tremendous. It's been great.
Yeah, eventually I need to catch up. There's just a lot of stuff on my plate, Dragon. I still want to work Hunters in, but that's probably still going to be on the back burner. So a lot of stuff.
I've mentioned this before, but just so you FYI, so yeah, the How to Train Your Dragon animated series, as well as the Netflix series, which basically there's like a little 2 seasons before it. But the point being, any way you want to jump in, you'll probably be fine. The point being, it takes place between movie 1 and movie 2, so it kind of fills out the entirety of a couple of years between those movies, and it continues the quality. The animation's pretty good, kind of gets better once it gets on Netflix. Pretty much it's smooth sailing with the How to Train Your Dragon's franchise until this new crappy thing they got on, which is basically using the name Avoid Dragons, Rescue Riders like it's the plague, my friend.
Oh dear God, that sounds awful.
Tiki, I'm serious now. Don't watch
No,
that.
you don't have to tell me twice, Dragon.
I'm
That sounds
I'm
really
telling
bad.
the audience too. Listen, audience, listen to me. Don't watch that.
I'd honestly rather watch The Spirit Show.
I won't tell people how to live their lives, but guys, Rescue Riders, just say no.
It's so close to Rescue Rangers, which is good. Anyways.
Anyway, but yeah, that very much serves as an epilogue, kind of fills the gaps between the very end of How to Train Your Dragon 3, The Hidden World. So yeah, oddly enough, this comes on NBC. I don't know why this wasn't. It's on NBC and Hulu and everything. It's not on Netflix, and I don't get why, because DreamWorks essentially, they now operate fully with Netflix, hence the whole Troll Hunter show and everything else and all these other offshoots. They're all on Netflix. Why is this not on Netflix? I don't get it, but anyway.
Well, luckily we have both, Dragon, because Animaniacs came out this month, so I still have my Hulu subscription.
I'll take the win. All right.
Snuggle
Talk. Let's do it.
Okie dokie. So how do we start out, Dragon?
Well, the way we start off anything with How to Train Your Dragon, Tiki, Hiccup narrating. The Hiccup's narrating about Snoggletog on New Berk, which, of course, at the end of the events of How to Train Your Dragon 3, we end up on New Berk, much like a new Asgard, one could say, with the whole Viking of it all. So basically, it says basically this is the year of the Hidden World Kodo, where Hiccup's got the beard, but he hasn't quite reunited with Toothless yet.
Yeah.
It's time for lights, hunting songs, and holiday shopping, which we see Fish Legs and Rough Nut are now kind of another power couple within the kind of the Viking team.
Dragon, is that something that happened in 3? Because 3 is kind of a blur to me. I need to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, I mean they set it up because their whole people were fighting Fish Legs and Snot were fighting for her affection.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember them fighting for her affection. I just don't remember who won.
And at the end of 3, they showed, well, they kind of implied who won. They never said it, but it was like, she was like leaning all like Fish Legs was crying on her shoulder, like, oh, I like the sensitive guys. That kind of confirmed. So this definitely confirms. Anyways, like they're looking at an axe in a window. It's like, I want that. All right, let's see. So all the Yak Nog shooters with Tough Nut and Snot Loud, and of course the Yak Nog was a gag from. I love to bring it all full circle. The Yak Nog was this gag from The Gift of the Night Fury, where Astrid tried to come up with some new holiday traditions for Snoggletog, and just his yak milk was just a horrible Yak Nog was just a horrible idea. Just the grossest thing ever. And we turned like the shooters where they take it, but they just like, oh god, it was awful. Another round.
Another.
So the connector, because look at the logic we have so far with everything. We talk Jedi Knights to actual knights to dragons, given the whole knights and dragons.
Yeah.
All right. So so basically our timeline established. It's been 10 years. They've gone 10 years without dragons. It's kind of where we're at right now, since we kind of say officially how much time passes between the end to Hidden World. So it's 10 years. They've been in New Berk for 10 years without dragons. We see the sheep with like the bows and bells and everything's getting all seasonal.
I love the How to Train Your Dragon sheep, Dragon. They should have been the new minions, and they weren't.
In a perfect world, my friend. So anyway, so we reveal, and I like how we kind of reveal a Hiccup sometimes when he narrates. He's actually talking to the kids. He says that doesn't mean we've forgotten our flying friends. As we reveal Hiccup and Astrid, they're kind of talking to their kids here, particularly their son, Nothing. So they reveal that Hiccup's telling the kid a story about the dragons. Astrid's decorating the place. Snoggletog, basically around Snoggletog, Hiccup has this tradition of making Toothless his favorite meal, which essentially is it's like a whole bunch of trout, like lake trout, sea trout, and on a bed of brook trout.
This is such a lovely gesture, Dragon. This just kind of like got me going right away. I'm like, between the atmosphere of New Berk around the holidays and all the all the holly and mistletoe and just the cranberries and everything. the candles, and then just this tradition. It's just like, this is really good stuff. You know, it's doing a really good job of kind of like setting the stage for the holiday, even though it's not really technically even Christmas.
I really love this thing. Kind of has more rights to this special is far better than it kind of has any right to be, because you could always read it as like a cash-in for the most recent How to Train Your Dragon movie. You really could. But I love just like the thought and care put into it. Where again, the first Snoggletog special, Gift of the Knife Here, was all about the dragons left, and all the Vikings were bummed about that because it was such a change of status quo. They had dragons for the first time, and they left for a little mating thing. And now like they're gone for good, it seems, and they're like leaving out a little tribute to their dragon friends who are no longer there. It's quite nice.
Oh.
So the kids are very excited. Like, by the way, Liam Ferguson does the voice of this kid, and that's Craig Ferguson's son in real life.
Oh, okay, nice.
He very much has his father's accent, and I love that we gave him like the idea is like he inherited Stoic's accent being the gag here.
Oh God, that's great. I love it.
So like basically, the father and son are going to go fishing for the fish for Toothless's little kind of Santa Claus cookie thing.
I don't need a fishing pole, Dad. I'll just put the wee fishies on my head. I apologize for any Scottish listeners out there in the audience.
On my wee head.
On my wee head.
So of course it's bashing his head. The kid likes the
I found the magic bean. Sorry.
It's the happy version of the kids. All right.
It is.
So before they go fishing, Hiccup says we have this running gag throughout the special where Hiccup says, and then it hit me, where he actually gets hit by
that is a running gag, Dragon.
Technically, here's the thing. Technically, it shouldn't work, but it's just so funny. I'll give it a pass because like, everything he says, I had a thought, but he doesn't say what the thought was. He just gets hit.
Right.
So anyway, Hiccup gets ensnared in one of his daughter's kind of dragon traps here. So we meet Zephyr. Zephyr being basically she's got Astrid's spirit, but Hiccup's kind of inventive brain, which I really like that kind of mixture in the kids. So the girls that inventing whiz. She built up this trap, really crafty. So basically, she's
job with both the kids, kind of giving them kind of a mix of the parents' personalities. And again, Dragon's just surreal. Like, think of it, like how young were these two cute kids when not the cute kids we see on screen now, but the cute kids, how young were Astrid and Hiccup in the first Dragons movie? Exactly. Like what? Maybe in their teens, like maybe 15 or 16.
I'd say like probably 16 sounds about right. Yeah.
So it's like we've literally like this is what impresses me about this series so much, Dragon, is that the passing of the torch has very much been cemented, and this in Homecoming is just kind of like cementing it even further.
Absolutely.
All right.
I mean, I like these two crazy kids, and they have a little family together. All worked out nicely. All right, so Zephyr here, the daughter, she's built the dragon defense system. Given that basically this tradition is all the Burkians who had dragons, they're leaving out similar kind of plates of food for their dragons, being the idea. And she's like, well, we're inviting again, kind of like, why are we inviting a man to break into the house to leave presents? Kind of idea. Like, why are we're inviting dragons to come and eat us? And this is a hilarious and genius idea for the special, by the way. Where we know the kids are going to be all on, they're going to be eager to see Toothless by the time we get to Hidden World.
Right.
We know that. But what gets them there? Because, if you told a kid about a dragon, of course, half of it's going to be cool. The other half's going to be, oh my God, there's a monster here. I'm terrified of that. And again, we have this great kind of, this great idea that she found Stoic's the old stuff from the old Viking days that Stoic had in the attic. And, like the whole, like, we hate dragons are monsters, like all like the whole Dangerous Dragon books and everything. So she's kind of taking the old stuff and kind of the old, the way things were in How to Train Your Dragon 1. She's buying into the entire misnomer the whole Viking culture was founded on. Of dragons are monsters and they're unions. They got teeth, don't they? They have sharp teeth. Yeah, we have this great hilarious guy where we're listing off all the scary things about the dragons and the music's intensifying. It's like they giant. Yeah, they got raised sharp teeth. Yeah, they breathe fire.
Yeah, but
they have claws. Yeah, no, the funniest one here is like, and what happened to your leg? Okay, let's. Here's the one they didn't get in, which I wonder if you had the same thought. Hey, what happened to, how did Grandpa die?
Yeah. I think, honestly, Dragon, I'm glad they didn't go that way, because that's such a powerful moment, and to turn it into a gag, I feel like would have been a little disrespectful.
I mean, to be honest, the point is there's no explaining the
Dragon, it'd be like joking about Mufasa's death, you know what I mean?
I mean, the fact of the matter is, there's no, joking aside, just even if you did keep the gag in there, there's no getting around like the aftermath of it. Where that's gonna be hard to explain the specificities of how complicated a situation that was to a kid.
Right.
He was brainwashed, like an alpha male thing, and like he didn't mean it. And I was a little mad at him, and then we made up. It's like you're just gonna have to recap the whole movie, the whole third act to her.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, so and also I like kind of the there's kind of a message in this whole idea too, because they may even Pearl's been doing this lately about kind of the whole revisionist history sort of thing, where we got to talk about the history of the way it happened, but there's going to be an adjustment period. We get to see like some of the first challenges of Hiccup and Astrid dealing with having parental issues, raising the kids. Like, oh man, we didn't think we'd have to cover this. All right, let's see. Yeah, go on.
Let's see. I just have written down in my notes, Black Plague Friday, and I didn't want to miss that.
So, well, we got to talk about what gets us to that. So we have the idea of basically being hatched here. So Hiccup and Astrid are faced with a parenting dilemma here. Hiccup has no idea, like, how did this happen? And he doesn't want a repeat of the old cycle from the first movie happening again. Astrid gets an idea, because, Snoggletog, remember, Astrid has all the ideas around Snoggletog. Some terrible, some great. Is in the great column. She says, let's bring back the Snoggletog pageant, a la Charlie Brown Christmas. Only we get to see it this time. Let's use it to show how humans and dragons became friends. Let's adjust it a little bit. But the problem is we have 4 days till Snoggletog, 3 if you count.
Black Plague Friday. All right, there we go. I'm sorry, my notes kind of cut out a little bit there.
And we have a really kind of unfortunately topical joke. I mean, everyone's shopping and coughing. I mean,
yeah, that doesn't.
It was 2019 when they had this, folks. They didn't know.
God, oh man.
All right. So let's see. So the kids are. Let's see. So the kids are at play. Nothing is like the dragon getting. I like how we have a full circle foreshadow this, where they're playing kind of the negative and they play in the positive later.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's like as a dragon being nailed by the pillar by Zephyr there. Let's see. Hiccup is missing Toothless, and he's wondering if he ever misses him. Transition to the hidden world.
And one thing I will say with the Toothless sequences is they do a great job of, we don't have any dialogue, we don't have any subtitles, we convey all we need to convey throughout just the facial reactions alone, which of course Toothless historically is incredibly good at.
Take that Star Wars Holiday Special. I'm looking at you, 78.
Oh God. Yeah. Oh man.
You broke our hearts. Anyway.
All right. What was that from?
Well, it was kind of a more energized version of you broke my heart, Fredo. Anyway.
Oh God. Anyways, sorry. Go ahead.
No. It gets us Boba Fett. It's all worth it. All right.
Boba Fett.
That guy. But yeah.
Right, Toothless very much missing Hiccup around the holidays. He's drawing him in the sand with the missing leg.
Well, he gives him the peg legs.
Well, yeah, the peg leg. Yeah, that's what I meant.
No. I'm just saying I love that he kind of just
he's
drawing with the peg legs, so the kids have the bit later.
All right, and I love the color design on the kids, how they're all kind of like different shades of the white and the black.
I believe you coined this phrase. I mean, you heard it from somewhere, but you told me about it. The night lights.
Oh God, I like that. I don't think I coined it, but
no,
yeah,
I know you didn't coin it
from somewhere else.
That forward thinking. But yeah, the night lights, man, adorable.
So yeah, like I said, Dragon, we have this this great kind of like pantomime where everything we need to know is just sort of in the actions. We have the little drawing of the dragon in the sand, kind of like the connected line between the dragon and the human, and it's basically Toothless just sort of telling his kids like, yeah, we're man and dragon are connected.
Yep. Which again, we can love how we parallel Hiccup and Toothless's stories, and the fact that again, it's like one of the great things we conveyed in a moment in the last movie where they both become fathers and have families, and how nice is that? Where they're going through a similar struggle. I mean, this is great. All right, so then we have some naughty Viking children, meddling with the Stoic statue, or kind of desecrating.
Ooh, this made me angry, Dragon.
Yeah.
I was like, don't you dare do that! That man is a hero!
Yeah!
And then, of course, we have Craig Ferguson coming on as Gobber, everyone's favorite side character.
Yeah! Gobber shuts that down.
Gobber's going through a lot of emotion in this one, Dragon, with... and I got to admit, man, I almost kind of... I don't know if you're going to roll your eyes at me or what about this, but I almost kind of wish they just come out and confirm the gay thing.
Really? I mean, it doesn't.
Yes.
This one doesn't.
Yeah, Dragon, honestly, and I'm not saying this just because of oh, I'm shipping it or whatever. I just think it makes sense with Gobber and Stoic.
Because it's been a while, and this was all the way back in the second movie. Perhaps we should, just real quick.
I'm not shipping Gobber and Stoic together, but I do think that Gobber has feelings for Stoic. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, basically, when How to Train Your Dragon 2 came out, there's a little line in there that I believe they made sure to get in there where Gobber says, that's why I never got married. That and another reason. So right. The idea being Gobber is, assumedly, Gobber is gay, presumably because of that line. Again, it's kind of a take it or leave it line. They got it in there, so it's there. We've never really kind of explored
it. I honestly think this special, they don't outwardly come out and say it, but man, it's you got to admit, these are pretty intense feelings that Gobber is still having, platonic or otherwise.
True. All right.
So, all right, go ahead.
But yes, so Gobber, he's and basically Gobber's kind of voicing they don't even know who Stoic is. These kids, what statue you're desanctifying here? It's who's Stoic? Who's Stoic? So basically, we're addressing the generation gap here. Again, 10 years later, there's a whole new generation. These kids have no respect for the guy who put the king in Viking. So as Gobber laments, he's reminiscing with the statue about what being
Remember the time we were all at the mead house, and then meanwhile Sir Cole comes in, mead? I'd like another! I'm sorry, Dragon, these Night Before Christmas crossovers are just too easy to do with this.
Yes, they are. So he was there to put his left elbow in a pot of hot gruel for 5 minutes, and then Hiccup and Astrid, they kind of stumble upon it. I love this is Craig Ferguson at his best. He was oh hey kids, just talking to a statue of your father as if you were really here. There's no delusion. Right. Braggadocios and I was admiring the statue privately. No. He's straightforward. He's going to acknowledge it. Anyway, so Gobber. Basically, Gobber was an easy sell for the whole Snoggletog pageant as a way of okay, we're going to show the kids the good old days with the dragons and Stoic. So Gobber unearths the script from the last pageant from years ago, which leads to this great flashback to. You want to take the flashback sequence?
Let's see. Do I have good notes for it? I'm not sure I do. Yeah. It's basically just kind of Hiccup. It's Hiccup remembering Stoic, right?
Yeah. And so we have Gerard Butler returning to deliver the Snoggletog. It's point being, Stoic is a big pillar of the Snoggletog pageant for later, and he's just given this. I love when we took the sweet parts. I think it was the opening, or I'm not sure. We had Stoic talking to young Hiccup, and now we do the really over the top scary version of it. Here was traumatizing Hiccup. We bring him back after his death here, just saying along the lines of, "Die, evil beasts of twisted souls! Vikings forever will swim in rivers of your blood."
Oh God! Then just cuts back to Gobber, just that's nasty. Hiccup, just this is not aged well. Nope. Yeah, we may need to start from scratch.
Oh, the detailing where they slay a barrel dragon with the apples for blood and entrails inside of it.
Oh God!
The Vikings, say what you will, the Vikings, they believed in craftsmanship, what they had, and it was effective. Right. So anyway, so again, clever commentary on PC culture as well. Like, yeah, some things. It's like as much as we're saying we should rebel against the revisionist culture. By the same token, though, we should, some things need to be updated.
Sure.
All right, so the idea is, let's refocus thing on how Dragon and Man became friends. But as Ash says, okay, maybe not just you and Toothless, because we've dedicated 3 movies to that already. We need to do that again. So basically, you got to go big picture with it. So Gobber's he's gonna write it, and he's gonna celebrate, again, dragons and man, the bond between Dragon and Man, but also his great friend Stoic, as he pulls a cord, and then out comes this great kind of very.
All right, now this is what I'm talking about with the gay thing, Dragon, and I'm not saying that. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever, but come on, it's a little coded, right?
I didn't read it because they're friends. I didn't read it that way, but I guess. I didn't really think of it that way, but I could see it maybe.
All right. Anyway, so but Dragon, just to be in all seriousness, though, I love the idea that they are, basically it's not how Hiccup came to trust Dragon, it's how Stoic came to trust dragons, which is essentially the linchpin of the whole saga, if you really think about it.
Yeah, getting Father to trust Dragon, and of course Stoic kind of dying by the dragon as well, but,
So yeah, good stuff there.
Absolutely, and again, this giant tapestry of Stoic just kind of unfurls. All right, let's see. All right, so that brings us to, yes, the night lights. They're getting a bright idea to fly to New Burke to find Hiccup. Find who is this peg-legged man who's drawn on here? What's the deal? Let's go find him.
Also, conflict. They're going away without their parents' permission, and then they're going to be lost.
Exactly. Also, I want to point out the earlier time. I love Astrid's subtle animation, Hiccup saying, and she's giving the nod, no, just don't bother. Just let him have this. It's just all the great thing. Again. I love Astrid as a character, man. All right.
So meanwhile, Gobber's checking in, and he gets kind of surprised by a very elaborate costume that Hiccup's made of Toothless.
Of course, we've been building Hiccup becoming more dragon-like with all the updates to the wardrobe. So now he literally is in the belly of the beast.
He's just literally just a dragon now.
Awesome. So this is great. He's kind of built the ultimate kind of performance suit here, where he's kind of built
Stone's just Gobber's just oh, I've got a great idea, Hiccup. We could use this in the festival. Yeah, that was kind of the idea.
So Hiccup's big goal, his big impetus in all this is to sell his skeptical daughter. They probably try to get her to be on the side of dragons, which of course that's why he wants to make the experience really as authentic as possible. Hence the dragon getup. So let's see. We have this beautiful moment, man, really tender moment. I love this bit where he says, "Well, Hiccup, gears and what was it? Cogs and gears can't bring back the warmth of your friend's nose, or the light in his eyes." And then
yeah.
Or the sound.
That just goes to show that Gobber gets it on a really intimate level with the dragons.
That's why Ferguson's the man.
That's why he makes the big bucks.
Yes, I miss Craig Ferguson so much since he kind of left his show and everything. Man, it's he was on Freakazoid. Nothing ever. He's so great. He's on Buzz Lightyear Star. I love Ferguson, man. Anyway. It also he says I know your best friend's voice. I miss him too, Gobber. Again, the father, the best friend and the son bonding over the lost character. It's really great stuff. Let's make him proud. Good stuff. Really good stuff. So. All right, let's see. So next, it's been a day or so within the whole 4-day time crunch. Hiccup's avoiding the fish trap the daughter sets out, but then inspiration hits him again. The problem here, we don't say what the inspiration was, but again...
Dragon, I'm giving it a holiday pass.
Yeah.
Holiday pass.
I know. I get it. So
it's a fun gag.
So he gets hit by, I think it's snared in the trap upside down. Says, "Aren't you? I'm so proud of her." Again, he's being the support. Apparently, he's trapped upside down. Which she didn't build it herself though, which is good. So they just leave Hiccup hanging upside down just for
That's a fun gag. Just hey, anyone? Hello. Aster just leaves. All right. Pageant better work.
Oh, the Haddock family. All right. So now Toothless and the Light Fury, they find the kids are missing. They panic and they go searching. So they go finding them. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, we have the casting session. This is where all the great comedy is. Oh boy, the casting sessions. So as Gobber's casting, Hiccup's questioning the writing and the exaggerated, nebbishy kind of way Hiccup's coming across, and we substantiate this with Tough not auditioning for Hiccup.
A dragon is coming.
Help me! Help me!
Line. Help me! Line.
Me. So just it's funny. So again, the Jason Mewes of How to Train Your Dragon kids. Tough Nut.
Oh God.
All right, so let's see. So we I run away in fear, and of course Hiccup's got notes about the lack of heroism that was actually found in How to Train Your Dragon. And just let's see. So there's we have the gag of Astrid mistaking the wrong Hiccup. It was, Hiccup, which she's walking up the Tough Nut, which is ridiculous. It's really funny. So then we have the Stoic audition. Tiki, what happens?
Oh God. Let's see. Craig Ferguson, he wants to play Stoic, right? Gobber wants to play Stoic.
Well, yes, but someone auditions before Gobber. I'm sorry,
go ahead.
Okay, Fish Legs. Fish Legs auditions for Stoic, and we have this brilliant gag where Fish Legs he auditions, but he gets us, after he coughs a little bit, he gets Gerard Butler's voice. He has a flawless impression.
Oh yeah, right. And it literally must be just Gerard Butler, right?
It is. It's Gerard Butler.
Like Stoic.
Know that all that I am, all that I do, is for my precious Hiccup.
That's great. It's like just the most pathos-filled Gerard Butler delivery. I'm sorry, Drag. I forgot all about that. I don't know why I missed that.
So then we have this perfect thing where, hey, Gobber, you thinking what I'm thinking? This is like, you're right. This isn't working. Wait, what? This is, I should do it. Don't try and talk me out of it. I should.
I do Stoic best.
So then Gobber essentially tries.
I do return. No, that's all I am. All I do, and you just can't get through it.
Because this is a running gag where he keeps crying mid-line. He just can't get through it.
He's so sad, Dragon.
So sad. You know why he's so sad, though?
Uh-huh.
He found the magic bean.
Oh, God. Oh,
he can't get Stoic back, but he found the magic bean.
I wish Stoic was here.
This bean's stupid. It didn't work.
Right. Is the magic bean just going to be the new running gag, Dragon? Is that just going to pick up steam and just randomly just come out of nowhere?
The companion piece to So Sad. I like that.
Oh, God. The new
companion. Why is he so sad?
The magic bean.
She found the magic bean.
All right. Oh,
okay,
God.
Let's refocus here. Anyway, so Hiccup saying, okay, we're doomed. This isn't going to work. So the night lights arrive, meanwhile.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So then, night of the show, I believe, Hiccup, he's giving Gobber a little pep talk. Okay, Gobber, listen, you got to focus up, buddy. You got to get through this, because he's unsure if he can get through with all the crying. We're doing this for the kids. And, meanwhile, we see the little Night Furies are under the stage.
I love the anticipation here, Dragon. I love the build-up where it's like Hiccup kind of knows something's up, but he does. He's got so much to attend to. There's like just an air of kind of like, again, we'll build to what this special really is all about, but just kind of there's something really subtle about just kind of like the brief appearance of the dragons. How, even though it's called Homecoming, they don't really land. You know what I mean? Like there's not really a big reunion moment. It's all very subtle, and I really respect this for that.
Yes.
All right.
So let's see. So we have some like cute gags with little night lights here. They're really adorable. Like they see Hiccup and they instantly kind of flash to the drawing on the beach, where it's just like, oh, it's that guy. It's the peg leg guy.
Uh-huh.
So let's see. So then they see the Toothless costume.
Yes, yes.
It's great animation. The whole being wigged out by it. Then the old toothless the drawing gag. All right, so then the Furies they're in the snow and they're wigged out by the sheep, which is really funny.
Again, the sheep are just fucking great cartoon character designs. Dragon, I will always hype up the How to Train Your Dragon sheep.
Because ordinarily those sheep, that sheep would be fearing for its life right there. The dragon's going to eat him. But again, these dragons have never seen a sheep, man. Yeah.
All right.
So let's see. So then we have the upset mommy and daddy show up here with Toothless and the Light Fury, and he's like Toothless. He's like, hey, and of course the kids are like pointing to each other. He got the idea. Like, ah. So now the Furies get to be witness to the pageant that's about to unfold because they're there. It's starting. They're curious. They get the balcony seats.
Yeah. Really nice touch there.
All right, so the Vikings, they put on one heck of a show. You know, a little show there.
Today everything changes. Oh God, Dragon! I love how Stoic has the big hand for the big moment of touching the dragon. Yeah. The big iconic poster moment.
Speaking of big hand, I love like the giant fake beard.
Right.
And also we have again the whole Tough Nut, Hiccup as well. All right, so let's see. We set up. Everyone's got a job like Fish Legs and Rough Nut. They're on like the pulley system. With Snot Loud's like has a little cue card line thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So then we have a really hokey play. Just go on here. Just you're scared of dragons. I'm so tiny and afraid. And as the Astrid say, okay, look, they took a few liberties. Sure. They got the core story right. That's what's important, right? They got the spirit of the story right. Basically, Astrid being the apologist tried to call him Hiccup.
I don't know, Dragon. I got to admit, I'm kind of on Hiccup's side on this one. I'd be a little peeved, too.
Yep.
I'd be like, well, it wasn't like my dad wasn't heroic, but...
He was very unsupportive, though. Being the whole right. Like, I touched the dragon. That's hardcore.
I mean, he did technically say he had no son, Dragon. That's a pretty hard thing to come back from.
Yep. That's Ralph Bighead.
All right.
Let's see. So, as you are weak and you fear dragons. See, very inaccurate, let's be honest. I am strong and understanding, which, again, not so true. So let's see. So Hiccup, he second guesses his role, but it's too late. He gets shoved in the suit and he gets hoisted up. So basically, the inside of this thing reminds me a lot of Bug's Life. Did you get any of that?
Oh yeah, totally. With the bird.
Yeah, sure. Very bird-like. So initially, we impressed. We're kind of impressing Zephyr seems to be a tall order here, where the brother is like, yeah, and she's like, nope, no, oh whatever, yeah, pshaw. So Hiccup's pulling out all the stops. He gets the ears. He gets the wings. The Furies, they're kind of doing. I love that the young Night Furies. You give like a double take to their father, like looking left and right. Like, wait, what is that? Is that you? It's really cute, man. Good cutesy animation. Like that's you, kind of, right? Now there are two of you at once, man. What sorcery is this? So then Gobber, what happens?
Let's see. Gobber, isn't this the big touching moment?
Yeah, Gobber breaks down here.
Well, the only thing vaster than the dragon is my emotions, or something like that. I'm sorry, I don't have good notes for this Dragon. I'm sorry.
Basically, the only thing you stoked the vast. The only thing vaster was his sense for was his capacity for mirth.
Right. Then, oh boy, just all kinds of shenanigans going down.
As he cries, he grabs the curtain. Yeah, grabs the curtain, sets it on fire, which sets off the Rube Goldbergian chaos that follows. It's like his beard catches on fire. You have Fish Legs and Rough Nut get all lovey-dovey, and they drop the pulley system ropes. Like everything's going setting on fire and falling down. We do a split screen, almost like it's a Brian De Palma film of Zephyr and the Nightlight. Just like
I love Tough Nut just like stuck there with the with the lines, just like
is a giant butt face.
Oh God!
Basically, getting like butt face its son, or like in the giant. Basically, it's getting the lines as Snot Lad runs to put out the fires very unsuccessfully. He leaves the cue cards there and just Tough Nut has no idea what he's doing. So it's a bit of a cheap joke, but it's fine. Snot. Anyway, so like we have this shield comedy where they're trying to remove the shield that's on fire and just keep singeing everything. They toss it into more plywood. It's just ridiculous. Let's see. So Gobber says, it's all part of the show, which is not the case whatsoever. It's not part of the show. So Hiccup falls. The set comes down. A panic, big plume of ash and stuff. Hiccup's eye pops out of the Night Fury costume. So then what happens is the Night Fury, and then I love the Night Fury's reactions. Like the kids, like, oh my God, what's happening? It's like, what happened to his eye?
So Gobber's just like, do something! And Hiccup pulls a lever, just breathes fire, doesn't make the situation good at all, and comes out with my favorite line of the episode. Why would you even give it that functionality?
Really funny. So I love that amidst all this too, like they're frightening. He's kind of frightening the kids unintentionally. Like Nothing is scared. I love this. There's a nice, charming little bit here. I love that the older sister defended the little brother. He's going to go out there like with a little sharpened stick, like getting her brother behind her. It's really cute, really endearing. As Hiccup tries to stop the flamethrower, and doing so almost falls off the cliff, which then means, okay, now it's time. Now it's time. Toothless springs into action, saves his former master, saves his old pal Hiccup. He swoops down there. He saves him. He puts him on the. He kind of gets them all situated nice there. And I thought this was the most clever conceit of the piece.
Yeah, no reunion.
Where Hiccup and Toothless cannot necessarily, they can't have a reunion, or else it deflates the big reunion later in Hatchery and Dragon, at the very end of that movie. Deflate the importance of that meeting if they see each other, like they have a legit meeting. So we have like the helmet's shut, it's like stuck, so it can't be opened, and he kind of smells Toothless, but he doesn't know that it's Toothless. It's good stuff there.
Yeah, it's a really clever workaround for sure.
So Gobber sees the silhouette of what he thinks is Hiccup as Toothless. Says, "Hey, nice job, lad." So then we have the big moment there where he would basically dazzle the crowd with the very most impressive effect ever with this dragon now. And we play out the scene with quote-unquote Stoic, where Toothless sees his family, and basically he gets kind of the impetus that Hiccup has. I'm going to show my family that humans and dragons interact, and this essentially is how it happened, where we have the giant fake hand. He puts his head up against it and like, oh, and everyone's like, like, yeah, that's how it went. Yeah, they all bonded. It's the warhorse of it all, man. It actually came together.
Yeah, but I just love the comedic symbolism of just like the giant wooden hand.
Yep. So man and dragon are forever bonded in trust and love, and Zephyr's pretty much sold, but you know what? He needs just a little push, a little extra push there. So Nothing's like so excited where it's like, I can fly. You can't fly. It's Dad in a suit. So then she goes backstage to greet her father, and her father is not there, but instead she glimpses Toothless. This is big. It's a big moment. I love the reflection in the. My
it's
God,
basically like again, Dragon. My favorite conceit of this whole thing is the fact that Toothless is essentially like a kid spotting Santa Claus and all the mythicism that comes with that.
Oh yeah, like the big reflective eyes and everything. It's really charming, really good. So now she's head over heels for dragons. On the return home, Hiccup, he's like lost. Like basically, Zephyr's like, oh my God, it was amazing. He didn't tell me you actually have Toothless there, and Hiccup has no idea what she's talking about. Like I don't know what she's talking about. But play was a success. He'll take the win. We did Stoic, and the kids are reenacting the play as like Stoic and Toothless, and I love the whole hand motion she does, where she goes into Stoic's hands, just like the play, like, and we're friends. It's really cute. Let's see. So Gobber, he basically they tell Gobber he did right by his father and his friends, and like then Gobber kind of guilts an invite to come and spending Snoggletog with him, which is really nice. So then we return home, and she saves Gobber from like being maced and arrowed to death on the doorstep.
God
from the dragon traps. And then when they go inside, there's something waiting for them, Tiki. Something Christmassy and magical. What's waiting for them?
It's just like a nice little Christmas setup.
Yeah, a little stalagmite, a little green, like basically a green rock from the hidden world they brought back there.
It's just kind of like, whoa, where'd this come from? Ooh.
And the bowl full of fish. It's empty. He ate the cookies, man. He ate the fishy cookies.
That's what I'm saying with the Santa thing, Dragon. It's so clever.
Yep, and then we have the money shot here as we have the big Santa Claus moment as, again, they don't really meet him, but they kind of glimpse Toothless and the gang flying against the moonlight. So it's Toothless, and then we add like a little line Astrid has. Maybe it's maybe we should see. Maybe it's our turn to see them.
And that kind of sets up everything, right?
Then they basically
the end.
Yeah, they play kind of like, money's on the table. They use the footage from the last movie, so it's like, let's just show them like reuniting, having a good time, like over the credits. So we kind of did that for any of the kids who didn't get. See, this is how they got from point A to point B. So So that's where we end. It's like, it brings it all nicely home, connects all the little dots, really nice.
All right. Okie dokie. Final thoughts. I think this was just quite nice. Like we said, I think the best thing about it is, apart from just the conceit of Toothless being Santa Claus, was just really nice. Again, kind of brings the mystical element back into Christmas in kind of a nice way. It just continues to just build upon just how good How to Train Your Dragon is at timelines and, keeping track of characters and, just like making sure everything connects together. It's like it just does that flawlessly. It creates a really good kind of emotional Christmas special with Toothless and with Hiccup and everything in between without sacrificing any of what made the ending of the third movie great. So yeah, overall I'd say this is definitely a win when it could have easily just been a cash in.
Certainly. Again, look, this doesn't quite have the simplicity of Gift of the Night Fury, but I love how it fits just right into the events of How to Train Your Dragon. This is like this feels so much like something I don't want to sound all kind of braggy, but I'm saying this feels so much like the kind of thing we would pitch for our Christmas specials.
I mean, it does kind of, because
we always try
it ties into continuity more than this kind of stuff usually does.
Yeah, because I always, at least when I do a pitch, I always like to try to fit in between the gaps, and this thing fills the gaps perfectly. It's really great in that. But I'm impressed that we kind of took the Charlie Brown route and the whole pageant of it all. Only somehow it kind of comes together despite being a disaster. We get to see it happen. It's nice to glimpse, the next generation on both sides, both dragon and human alike, and kind of revel in the impact of the franchise via Snoggletog, which is quite nice. We brought all home. Basically, we said everything counts. Which think about it, Tiki. In Snoggletog, in the first one, in Gift of Night Fury, we set up the whole Toothless being able to have his own tail.
Yeah.
So again, that came back big time in Hidden World, and I just love that I love that basically like we never wasted any of these Christmas things. It all counted, and it's all kind of wonderful. It's quite good, man. It's quite good, quite refreshing. And unfortunately, I feel not a lot of people are going to be talking about it. I get the sense like people are kind of looking over it because the Dragons franchise kind of gone and passed, and now we're
just the confusing fact that it's on Hulu instead of Netflix, Dragon. That does not help it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, and I feel the point being, I hope people like kind of seek this out, especially if they really like the throw. Because basically, I feel it's so weird, Tiki. It was only like 2 years. I don't know, it was last year, really. I think last year we had the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels so weird. It was only last year, but it feels like people have forgotten Dragons already, and it's kind of sad. But, like going back to stuff like this kind of makes it brings back all the happy franchisey memories. Brings back all the great kind of things about How to Train Your Dragon. It's quite nice.
Okay, so Dragon, why don't you unwrap what we're going to be talking about next time? It's kind of a weird one.
Yes. Oh boy, let me peek beneath the paper and look what it is. It's okay. This is a weird one. It's on Disney Plus, kids. It's called the Christmas Star. So this is kind of in the category of kind of the con man Santa. It's kind of like the whole 'Twas the Night of it all in a sense. It's a little less 90s and a little trendy. I guess early 2000s in that case. Point being, we have Ed Asner playing Santa Claus. The very he loves playing Santa Claus. We get to see him play Santa Claus in live action outside of Elf, but a very unconventional Santa Claus, a very kind of shady Santa Claus. This is going to be interesting. So get ready for that. And again, obscure movie on Disney Plus. No one knows anything about this movie. So.
All right, take us out, Dragon.
Well, kids, time to dash away, dash away. Whoops, let me try it again. Time to dash away, dash away, dash away all. But as we wave goodbye, don't you cry. We'll be back again next time.
Oh, God. Oh, man. I don't know about that, Dragon. With even more seasonal shenanigans.
La 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 la
la la la. Again, we apologize to any of our Scottish listeners out there.
The magic theme.
But why does it even have that functionality?